Man, I really love my shrimp. If only there was a way that I could have more shrimp tanks. Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Hey everyone, Kyle here from Poseidon's Pets. So today I'm breaking down my 20-gallon tanks and I'm setting up more shrimp tanks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do a time-lapse video of this whole setup, and periodically I'll jump in and explain what I'm doing, but it's going to be pretty self-explanatory, so stay tuned and thanks for watching.
Do me a favor, subscribe to my channel.
So I got both tanks broken down, all the shrimp separated out. Now I got to put the new tanks up, get them all going, and then I have the fun task of sorting out all the shrimp. So this is going to be fun, but stay tuned. Alright guys, so about 4 hours into this project. Glad I started this today and not yesterday at 9 o'clock. So all I have to do now is, I already have some sand that is rinsed and ready to go, so I'm going to throw sand in these tanks. If you noticed, I took the end tank off and moved it to the back because I still have this 10 gallon down here that I need to bring up. And that already has my painted fire reds in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave those guys in there. I'm just going to drain the water down as far as I can. That way I can pull it out of there and then set it on top of the rack. So that way I don't have to go through all the trouble of, pulling those guys out and trying to get them out of there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly pour sand in there. So there's already shrimp in there. I just got to be real careful and, they'll jump out of the way. But we're almost done. And then fun part of sorting out all the shrimp. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my painted fire reds, I'm going to have the coal tank, the black shrimp, and then inside the black tank and the coal tank are a lot of blue shrimp. So I'm going to go ahead and separate those guys out. I may just throw the black shrimp and the coal shrimp all in one tank and then kind of sort everything out as I go. We'll see what happens along the way, Like I said, this is a long project, but thanks for sticking in, and we're not done yet, but we'll get it done. Stay tuned. had to run to the store, get some more water for the tanks. And what I do is I use shrimp mineral, and 2 scoops of this in 5 gallons of water will give you a TDS of right around 200 to 220. So that's perfect for Neocaridina shrimp. So the next steps are to hook up the new pump that I got, which I'm excited for. So it's going to be one pump that runs all 5 of these tanks. I actually made my own lids. So instead of going out and spending, 20 bucks a piece on those 10-gallon lids, I got some light diffuser from Lowe's. It was 13 bucks for a sheet, and I scored it with a razor blade and snapped it. It's not the most perfect cut, but it'll work, and I'm hoping that it's not too opaque and that the light can still get through it. So if it doesn't allow for enough light flow for the plants to grow, then looks like I'm just going to be buying a bunch of lids for the tank. So unless you guys know of another idea besides this, but this was the only thing I could come up with. So last things I need to do is get sand in this tank, finish topping off the rest of that, set up the air line, put the lids and lights on. We're good to go. Just stay tuned. Alright guys, so this was a long one, definitely was an all-day event as far as getting all this together. And I'd definitely say that I'm not finished, but the tanks are up and running. Definitely need to do a little bit more scaping as far as organizing plants, and then I'm gonna have to separate all the shrimp out. So for right now, what I did was I just put all the black shrimp in here, put all the coal shrimp in the far end with all the plants. So I'm gonna have to sort those plants out and kind of get them to where they need to go. So this tank right here, I didn't plan on filling it up, but I needed a place to put some of the shrimp and snails that were kind of stuck in the bucket, and that was kind of left over from the extra water. So I went ahead and I filled that up with water that is specific for Neocaridina. But what I'm going to do for it is, I know some of you guys are excited about this too. I'm going to set up a Caridina tank. So I got my shrimp stratum. I've got my salty bee on order. So once I get that shrimp mineral in there, I'm going to go ahead and start cycling this tank. Of course, make sure all the shrimp are out of there for Caridina shrimp. So definitely excited about that. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching. I definitely appreciate it. And you know, as always, if you love me, you love my fish, you love my videos, hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps you out. So thanks again for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.